Maybe the clearest example of this is our country's long history of white Europeans enslaving black and brown bodies, something that thankfully sounds horrifying to most of us today. And we wonder how in the world so many otherwise decent people could have allowed such a thing, could have thought of it as normal. But it is a testament of just how remarkably susceptible we are to lying to ourselves when it's to our advantage, or when telling the truth might get us in trouble. I've just started a 1,200-page biography of Mark Twain. No promises that I will finish this. But it has been a fascinating thing to hear, in Twain's own words, what it was like to grow up in Missouri in the 1850s. He says, "In my schoolboy days, I had no aversion to slavery. The local pulpit taught us that God approved it, that it was a holy thing, and that the doubter need only look in the Bible if he wished to settle his mind." He said, "For a man to speak out openly and proclaim himself an enemy of Negro slavery was simply to proclaim himself a madman. For he was blaspheming against the holiest thing known to a Missourian, and could not be in his right mind." And Ron Chernow, the book's author, the biographer, concludes that church complicity on slavery came to illustrate for Twain how social institutions could collude in what Twain called, quote, "a lie of silent assertion, that nothing is going on for which fair and intelligent men are aware of and are engaged by their duty to try to stop." A lie of silent assertion. In other words, pretending. Pretending that the world is made up of noble white people and savage people of color. Pretending that it's somehow ordained by God to brutalize other human beings. Pretending that white Europeans are superior when, morally speaking at least, they were showing themselves to be anything but. And this is exactly what Jesus was exposing in the temple. It was a lie of silent assertion that made it possible for those men to drag a woman into the temple and demand that she be punished while pretending that they were doing nothing wrong. And it is the same lies of silent assertion that we still see today, when those entrusted to create laws and policies for the good of the whole use that power to benefit themselves and those like them while hurting and excluding others, especially those who are vulnerable.